everybody. Good afternoon to you. How are you? So, I just got back from running some errands. Took a nice long walk. I think I walked about, 2 or 3 miles today, and my legs are feeling it. Got Booger some cat food because, Booger Queen has to have her dry food and her wet food. She got her wet food today, re upped on that. And last night, Foodie went live. Did you miss anything? Not really. Not really at all. Foodie, every live looks exactly the same. It's the same atmosphere, it's the same setting, the same complaints. The power goes out, the rooster crows. It's just, it's like sometimes as a reactor, you wonder, didn't I just react to this? Because they do look exactly the same. But the live that she did last night, power went out. She was complaining about the reaction channels, blah, blah, blah. I just want to sit in and give my thoughts. And there is some stuff to go over on Twitter. So we're going to go over it. It won't take that long. And we're going to jump into her live. I'm cutting out a good portion of it because there's really no sense in reacting to the first 30 minutes. She's not doing anything. She's not saying anything. So why even get started with that? So you guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Let me just go ahead and bring up the screen. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of stuff to go over, but there is some stuff. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not really wild about Twitter, that's why I do the Twitter peeps. That way you guys can keep up with this stuff too without actually having to be there. I'll be there for you. All right. How about something fun from the Kegel cats saying, Mama has discovered the ideal position to keep an eye on her babies while not having to deal with their nonsense. This is adorable. Look at the babies in the bathtub. Look at them. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? And mom's like, you're down there, I'm up here. That way I can take a nap and keep an eye on you too. This is perfect. Like, mom's smart. She's like, y'all are old enough to sleep by yourselves. I need a break. What a great picture. All right, Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty, lie to the bots all you want to, cutie. You are actively violating TOS with every live and upload while living in Syria. Reported for breaking TOS here. So let's look at the screenshots. All right, here's some information. Google must comply with sanctions imposed by the United States Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC. As a result, AdSense isn't available to publishers in the following countries and territories: Crimea, Cuba, so-called Donetsk People's Republic, DNR, and Luhansk People's Republic, LNR, Iran, North Korea, Syria. In addition, AdSense is not available to any entities or individuals that are restricted under applicable trade sanctions and export compliance laws. It is also not available to entities or individuals owned or controlled by or acting for on the behalf of such restricted entities or individuals. So there you go. There it is. Okay, Chantal wanted to provide some screenshots that she actually talked to her YouTube manager or YouTube. So this is supposedly Foodie talking to YouTube. Although somebody pointed out that her profile picture is different. Why does her profile picture look different if this is really her talking to YouTube? So allegedly, this is Foodie Beauty saying, hi there. I'm fine, thanks. I have a question regarding earning AdSense while traveling. The support specialist says, that's good to hear. Foodie Beauty goes on to say, am I allowed to earn AdSense on my channel in videos while traveling as long as my account is based in Canada, where my account was created, and as long as I am a permanent resident of Canada, even if I am traveling to a country like Syria? Oh, and there's more screenshots and they're smaller. But the replies that Foodie is getting back, honestly, to me, that looks like a automatic bot, like an AI bot or something. It doesn't look like an actual person speaking to her. It looks like automated replies. And here's her community post about it. She says, all right. So every time annoying people come into my chat claiming some dumb BS Google theory from an obvious Gorlworld reactor, I usually just let it go or say something about it and move on. But this time I decided to reach out to a YouTube rep and ask them directly if it is indeed illegal to earn AdSense revenue on my channel while in Syria, because someone was spewing some ignorant nonsense about me losing ad revenue because I cannot earn in Syria. Well, as it so happens, as per verification from an actual YouTube employee and now some ignorant, pompous, know-it-all hate channel, I can indeed continue to earn as per usual. Why? Well, that's because I'm a resident of Canada legally. Even if I was in a country for a long period of time, I could lose some benefits from Canada, but not all, as long as I still have some ties to Canada, which I do and which I will not tell strangers on the net about. Even if I became a resident of another country, which is not the case with Syria, Canada allows for dual residency. Again, I will say this for the millionth time. All of these things are no one's business. Whatever happened is simply just watching the content. Well, Foodie, whatever happened is simply just watching the content. That's a good question. Whatever happened is just simply watching someone's content. You know, I'd like to ask you the same question. Whatever happened to you just doing your content and not doxing people or having people around you dox people on your behalf? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to you just doing your content? You crossed lines long ago, remember? By having people around you doing your dirty work like Missy Moo, like Natter, throwing 140 privacy complaints on your behalf because you didn't like the reaction channels, so you wanted to make trouble for people, and you thought, even if I only take a few out, even if I just inconvenience them, just taking them out for a couple of weeks, that's going to hurt. Even if they just get a warning, if they're a small channel, maybe they might get scared and stop reacting to me. I mean, you did say long, long ago, and I remember because I saw this clip. It's out there for those who want to know. There was a clip that Foodie did where she said that she liked going after smaller reaction / clip channels because, in her opinion, they were easy targets. That because they were small and they were new and they didn't have a big audience, that they couldn't fight back. Her words, that they couldn't or wouldn't fight back. Notice she doesn't really go after the bigger channels as much. And that's because she knows after a certain point, the channels get big enough or they've been around long enough that they will fight back. So she goes after the small channels if she goes after them, or in true Foodie Beauty fashion, she has other people do the dirty work on her behalf. She uses other people and their hands to do the dirty work so that it avoids backlash directly to her. So I ask you, Foodie, again, whatever happened to just watching the content? You've gotten personally involved. You got way personally involved, ma'am. You know, using members of your audience and your beezers to do things that they really shouldn't do. So you ask the question, I ask the question of you. Okay, moving on to Fondue Spiteful Beach. Foodie Beauty hoarding food in a starving nation. You are a crap human, Chantal. Keep putting a big fat target on your back. You know, if I were in a war-torn country and I had a lot of food, I would not be putting it on social media. I really wouldn't. I would keep that part to myself. For my own protection, I would keep that part to myself. But she's really bold, is Chantal. Like, she is going to all these places, spending money on food, showing off her hoard of food. Chantal, remember, you are surrounded by starving people. You're putting it out there. You got a lot of food and you got a lot of money. Is this the wise thing to do? Yeah, look at you. You're showing people, look, I got all this food. I got it. Come get it. You might be tempting some people around you. Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty exactly what a non-compliant diabetic needs. No need for the prescribed insulin. Let's keep promoting medical misinformation that is safe to stop insulin unsupervised and mainline every sugar in Syria. Hope Syria is a wheelchair friendly. So, yep, she got her ice cream and everything else too. She's so insensitive. Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty, the ability to pack on pounds in a starving nation is astounding yet unsurprising. Yep, still having bee moments over in Syria when everybody else is food insecure. That's how non-empathetic she is. Jolie says, Chantal, let's be real. You contacted YouTube because you were scared of losing your income, LOL. This stupid bravado is pathetic. Also, if this chat is through YouTube, why is her display pic different? Anyone know? That's a good question. Like, why is it different? Is that really her? Why wouldn't it show her original picture? Huh. I have no idea. Is it a different account? I'm just curious. Kelly says, well, I guess Foodie Beauty is back to her old self, eating a crap ton of food, gobbling down sweets with her uncontrolled diabetes and smoking shisha. Same stuff, different country. Yeah, like no change whatsoever. She was doing this in Kuwait. She's doing this in Syria. Heck, even before Kuwait, she was doing this in Canada. Everywhere she goes, same behaviors. Post of Cat says, bro, is the Sphinx. Well, in Egypt, cats were revered. And maybe this cat is remembering maybe from a past life that he was revered. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. He's laying there posing. Looking very elegant is this cat. Cats with threatening aura says the proud walk. Look at the kitty. It's like, look what I did. I got lunch. Fish food from a can? I don't think so. I got the real thing right here. And I've seen many different clips on Twitter where cats can actually fish. Like they will learn how to get a fish out of the water. So apparently this cat figured that out. All right. What else we got here? Your mom's emotional support, Carrot, says, Chantal, did you read the AdSense terms of service? Can I change country on Google AdSense? If you've moved to a new country or territory, you need to cancel your existing AdSense account and create a new AdSense account. Well, of course, Chantal is going to say, well, technically, I didn't move to Syria. I'm just visiting there. Although She claims to be visiting, and yet, just like with Kuwait, she's trying to find a sneaky way to live there and live under the radar. Well, how'd that work out for you in Kuwait, Chantal? You were sneaking around and living in Kuwait for 3 years until you got busted. And I don't know what's going to happen in Syria, but you might have to find somewhere else to go soon. Misanthropope Lulu says the neighbor's rooster is slowly driving her insane, and I am here for it. Me too. It's karma for what they put Kuwait neighbors through and that incessant crazy frog nightmare. Ooh, let's watch.
A Dave single with salad. Oh my God, the roosters. Thanks, Julie. Hi, plain cheeseburger.
You know, anymore, the most entertaining part of Chantal's stream is Kevin. Kevin the rooster. Kevin is on the job, y'all. He is Gorlworld adjacent. He got a call from Jeff the housefly, who told Kevin about the situation with Julia, and he's like, I'm on it, man. I'll drive her crazy. I will. So Kevin is so on the clock that Kevin's been getting up at 2:30 in the morning to start crow trolling Chantal. So y'all, let's give a round of applause to Kevin. He's on it. He's on it every day. He's on it early. He's not even waiting till 6 a.m. to start crowing. He is driving Chantal insane.
Well, Kevin is getting on my nerves. Sorry.
I'm glad. I'm glad that Kevin's getting on your nerves. Some heroes don't wear capes. Some heroes get up at 2:30 in the morning and cock-a-doodle-doo. All right, so that's it for the Twitter peeps. Let's go on to the live stream. And I've been paying attention to the comments that you guys have been leaving me. I was asked in the comments if I could blow up the chat window. I'm sorry if it's a little bit smaller. Actually, since I have bad eyesight, this actually helps me too. So thank you for the suggestion. I'm like, I don't know if I could blow it up and then, you just make the type a lot bigger. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps make it more visible, but we're starting in about 25 minutes in. The stream went on for 2 hours. I'm cutting out the first 25 minutes because there's really no sense in covering it. It's just a bunch of. So let's get started.
With everything. Hey, Tammy. Is it humid? No, not at all.
She's already complaining about Kevin.
Kevin, quit. Oh my gosh.
There he is. There's our hero with feathers. Get her, Kevin.
Oh, jeez. You just get used to it. Humidity is worse. I couldn't stand it in Thailand. But I guess in Kuwait right now it's like in the 50s. So I'll take 30s over 50s any day. Witch hazel is a huge help. You guys blame Kevin for everything. Yeah, well, no wonder. I'm kidding.
You know what, Chantal? I must say, it is quite sad that your streams are so lacking in entertainment these days. It's so sad that the most entertaining part of your stream is a rooster. I appreciate Kevin. I appreciate him giving the comedic relief, but it's just sad that the fun is missing from your streams. There used to be fun in your streams, like you would do wacky stuff, crazy stuff, but every now and again you'd make us laugh. Things are not funny anymore. But it's so sad that Kevin is the only funny thing about your streams any longer.
It's a dry heat. Oh my gosh, I hear another rooster in the listen. Wait.
Ooh, so there's two Kevins. So there's Kevin, and Kevin brought a friend. I support that. I used to live in Oregon next to a farm, and there were two roosters, and they would just play off each other. One would crow, and then exactly a minute or two later, the other one would crow, and they would just go back and forth. It was like they were trying to outdo each other, and they would do that literally all day.
Yeah, I hear another rooster behind him somewhere.
Kevin brought his friends.
Can the bad guy target Kevin? Hey, Pajami. Actually, you guys, there's like a really cool breeze coming in. Move closer to the ocean. No, the other rooster's like in another house. They're having a group chat. He's being rebooted. KFG, Kevin KFG. KFG Kevin. They're communicating. I don't know if we're moving yet, when we're moving. He's traumatized. Oh my gosh, you hear all the roosters? I'm not getting a rooster. They're noisy. Hey, Jacqueline. They make you think of the Philippines. Thing starts at 3 a.m. Kevin starts at 2:40, 2:48 every day. Hey, Kennedy. Can you say no? It's exactly teardrop, not absolutely teardrop. I haven't been on live very long, eh? Bring Kevin inside. He's an overachiever, yeah. I can't complain, Kennedy. Yep, Carolina, yep. Get it go. It's an adjustment life here. It's different, obviously, like, but hey, bunny. At least during this time when the power goes out sometimes, it's usually pretty cool. So, you just adjust, you just make it work somehow. As soon as the sun rays start hitting. Kevin reminds you of Kay from Bay Nation. Rooster fertilize eggs. That's all they're good for, right?
I must say, I would much rather hear Kevin cockadoodle doing in the background than Crazy Frog. If I had to vote which I want to hear more, I would rather hear Kevin any day. We don't need to hear any more of Salah in the keyboard. I'd rather hear Kevin.
Fertilizing eggs and being noisy. Your husband can sleep through anything as well. Your hunter, that rooster would have a hell of a time. Yeah, we go outside, but just stay around, Yeah, there's a lot of little markets and stores around here. Yes. Do you want and when you want, everyone will be here. Thanks, Papa Willie. Thanks, Vanessa. Thank you for the positivity. I feel weird talking with no fan noise, like I'm being too loud. Aw, Katie, sorry to hear that. That's sad. Yeah, Pajami.
Chantal, this is not content. This is not content. This is you being up late at night, bored, no one to talk to. Obviously, Salah is not there or he's asleep, and you're lonely, and you're like, I'm lonely and I want to talk to somebody, so let me just fire up a live stream. And I really don't have anything to say. I'll just look towards my chat and let them bring stuff up so I can keep conversation going and not very well and make a little bit of money while I'm bored. You essentially come online to combat your boredom, to show people what you're shoving in your maw, and hopefully while you're shoving things in your maw, you can attract some more of the Foodie people and do some off YouTube content. Like, how close am I with that assumption? Like, you don't even try anymore. You wonder why your views suck? Well, the proof's in the pudding right here. You're not even trying. And here's something else for you, Chantal. Like, I've been looking around at the community. There's a lot of people that every so often they still cover you. But a lot of people are saying, it's the same thing over and over and over again with Foodie. I'm going to go ahead and look for somebody else to cover at the same time. It could be Glitter and Lasers. It could be Rosie. People are looking around for other people to cover because for a minute there was a spike in interest, but now things are starting to peter off because you're in Syria and there's nothing going on and you're doing the same kind of content that you always have. Just when things start to get interesting, just as quickly the interest dies down, and then people just don't want to watch. And to be fair, I don't blame them. I mean, those of you that are on my channel, if you are getting more and more disinterested in Foodie, person to person, I don't blame you. With her doing the same streams over and over, the same kind of content, the same boring mukbanging, the whole attitude of I don't care, the same boring conversations about the reaction channels and food, and it kills the brain cells. I hate it too. As a reactor, I hate it too. I hate the boring part of her streams, and it seems like the boring parts are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like, can you do something different? Can we mix it up a little bit? Can we break the monotony, please? It's like somebody making a pot of beans, and then you serve them to people, and then you take the leftovers and put it in a bowl, and then the next day taking the bowl out of the refrigerator, putting it in the microwave, nuking it, and serving it again. Now imagine doing that 16 more times with the same bowl of beans. After like the third or fourth time, people are like, I'm tired of eating this. It doesn't even taste good. The beans are dried out. They've been nuked. Can I get something else? But that's what you're doing, Foodie. You're taking the same thing and reheating it and serving it over and over. And you're wondering why people aren't eating it anymore, why they're not interested. And it's because they're bored of the boring taste of it all.
Julie is a grifter who scammed a vulnerable family on Facebook Marketplace. I am tired.
Don't care. I'm tired. I'm sick of hearing that. I'm tired. I'm tired of you. My viewers are tired of you. We're tired of the same old crap. We're tired of your complaints. We are tired of you complaining about the heat, about Salah, about where you are. We are tired. How can you sit there and complain when you willingly went to Syria, knowing what it would be like? Salah told you not to go. You went anyway. So if you willingly put yourself in a situation, how can you then later complain about it? How can you do that? Is that the right thing to do? I don't think so. Maybe not complain about it. Maybe since you put yourself there, accept how things are and learn to adjust. Just adjust, you know? Find that survival instinct and adjust. Since you decided to be there, learn to adjust more and complain less.
Yeah. Donkeys are so cute, yes. "17 or 18. So, you love to go to Hawaii? The bird. Oh.
You know, since Chantal's being boring, I would like to tell you viewers something interesting. Many, many, many years ago, when I lived in Florida, because that's where I grew up in Tampa, Florida, I had a chance to go down to Key West. Key West, to get there, you got to drive down to Miami, which is about 4 hours away from Tampa. And then there's like a really long bridge that you have to drive really, really slow across. It goes on for a long time to reach Key West. Key West, if you've never been there, it's a really small place. It's got that island vibe, but there's no beaches. It's really tiny. And by the way, it's really expensive. There is some cool stuff there. There is the Butterfly Conservatory, which is amazing. You got to pay to go in, but it's like walking into a fairy tale. It's like there's butterflies everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. And in Key West, there's also Hemingway's house, Ernest Hemingway's house, the writer with the famous six-toed cats. Went to the Hemingway house. Also went to like a little restaurant type situation there where there are chickens running around all around the outside restaurant. You just see chickens everywhere. It was really cool. I like seeing the chickens. I didn't have a problem with chickens being around while I was eating. They weren't on my table. They were just running around the ground. Chickens all over the place. So I don't mind chickens and roosters. I mean, I grew up with a mama and a papa that in the back of their house, they had a little chicken coop and vegetable garden and all that. And so I was just, like chickens are no big deal to me.
That's true. Birds don't really sing at night. Be right back. Okay, Tirna. I can bathe as many times as I want. I mean, shower. I don't bathe. I shower.
Shower where? Shower how? There's limited water. I honestly, Chantal, I do hope that you do shower or bathe in some way, because if you don't, you're opening up yourself to lots of infections, skin infections. You're a woman of a bigger size, so you have to be very careful about your hygiene, although you're not. I hope you're bathing somehow, some way, for your own health.
Melly. Good, Dolly. How are you? Really, Christiane? Bon Air. Where's that? You like the podcast, Peas?
I love Kevin. Kevin is over the top. He's just a little much, but he's the much that we need right now to add some comedy relief to all this. Thank you, Kevin.
No, refugee status is like tricky, very tricky. From what I understand, I've seen a lot of documentaries about refugee.
Chantal, can I ask a question? How is it, ma'am, that I am a smaller channel, much smaller than you, and I haven't been on YouTube nearly as long as you have? I think I'd have been on YouTube and having my channel, what, 3 or 4 years? You've been on YouTube for what, 8, 9 years? And again, your channel is much bigger. How is it, ma'am, that when I do my tarot lives, I can sit up, not laying down, and I can sit and talk with people. I have no problem talking to people. And we can have conversation, and it's funny and it's entertaining and everybody's having a good time. I don't struggle with a 3 hour live. And yet we're not even 36 minutes in to your live, and it sounds like you're struggling to talk. Like you honestly have nothing to say. Despite the fact that you used to live in Canada, that you've been to Cuba, you've been to Thailand, you've been to Kuwait, you should have stories for days about so many things. And yet you don't know what to say. How is that possible that an amateur YouTuber like me can be more entertaining to people than you?
But like basically, I'd say no AC is worse because you can just like, I don't know. Hey, Nimi. You can always go get food. You can't go get AC. Where you get
I'm sorry, every time I hear Kevin, I just got to smile. I love the fact that he's crow trolling her. And he starts early. He's on the job early.
used to it. Like the fans, it's not bad. Like when I'm at home, that I don't get all dressed up, I'd rather keep beezing. Okay, Kevin, we get it.
She's trying to act so unbothered, but she's so bothered by Kevin.
Like,
Hey, Kevin, Kevin, gather up all your friends. Get on the phone, bro. Get on Rooster Twitter or something and tell all the roosters to meet you at your place. Get about 6 or 7 of your friends and gather around Foodie's house and just drive her insane. Please do it. Please, 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 pretty please, with eggs on top.
I'm trying to talk here. What was I talking about before? Actually, right now, there's honestly a really cool breeze, so I'm not bad right now. Hey, Jill. Immigration Canada tightened up this past year.
Okay, YT Lover says haters are mad because you remain cool and calm. They want you freaked out. How do you know what we want, YT Lover? How do you know what we want? Why don't you ask us? You haven't asked any of us, hey, how do you want Foodie to be? I don't care what she is. She's in Syria by her choice. She wants to be calm and cool. She can be calm and cool. She wants to freak out. She can freak out. Don't assume what we want, YT Lover. She can be calm and cool on camera if she wants to. We know the deal. We know that she's not happy. We know that she's absolutely miserable. She may not be able to talk about her misery. Maybe she has to watch her mouth about what she says because she's in Syria, but she's not happy. She is not comfortable. And Foodie has gone on record as saying she hates to be uncomfortable. And while she's in Syria, she is anything but comfortable. So it's safe to assume that she is not happy. And she's having to swallow that misery and put on a brave face and say, I'm happy. I wanted to be here. This is so awesome. When deep down she knows she's not happy. She's not. She can be whatever she wants to be. She wants to live in misery. She wants to be uncomfortable. She wants to be overheated. That is strictly, literally her choice.
Oh, yeah, immigration. YouTube lover. No, I'm all right. I just have to get dress strict if someone comes over, unless it's a woman. Why would I lose AdSense being in Syria? My YouTube is not Syrian. It's Canadian because I'm Canadian and a resident of Canada.
You know, Chantal, let's just say for argument's sake that you're right, that you can't get in trouble because of you being a traveler in Syria versus a resident. There's a host of other reasons you can get in trouble with YouTube. Like 'cause you doing the moment content, that could get you in trouble. Technically, you admitting that you have a food addiction, wouldn't that be considered self-harm content because you're indulging in your addiction in full view of the public? Foodie content is adult content. You shouldn't be doing it on YouTube, and yet you are. And you don't age restrict your videos because you want maximum ads. So even if your Google AdSense is in compliance with stuff, there's a whole host of other reasons why you could get in trouble.
I'm just here right now. I'm not like, you know. So basically, yeah, I think refugee, like, you have to like really be. It's not just like instant unless there's like, I don't know. It takes a lot of time as well, and you have to be really like, you have to be fleeing for like fear of persecution or whatever. And you know, there seems like things right now, like, you know, there's like a ceasefire, like things are trying to be calmed down, but you know, the conflict that's going on, I don't know. I guess if things, you know, I don't know. Yeah. So even like spousal sponsorship, all the things, they take a long.
Violet says, why did Salah say permanent residency for you? Yeah, he did make that odd comment of, you're staying in Syria forever and ever and ever. When he said that, I'm like, ooh, I don't like the way that sounds. What did he mean by that? Does he mean that you're not leaving Syria? That you can't leave Syria because he won't let you leave? Or you can't leave? I mean, how did he mean that exactly? Is there a feeling that if you go somewhere, he goes with you, and if he can't go with you, you're not allowed to leave? I mean, how did he mean that exactly?
Long time. It's not instant. It's not like, you know. No, I wouldn't want to give up my citizenship of BBJ. That's for sure.
No, of course not. She would never give up her residency in Canada because she likes to go to other countries, make a mess, and then use Canada as an escape room to run away from the messes that she makes elsewhere. If she gave up her residency in Canada, where would she run to if she went to another country and caused a bunch of ruckus? She's always looking for a back door, something that she can run to when she makes a bunch of trouble for herself.
Yeah, definitely learned, you know. Yeah, inshallah. Kingdom are urging citizens to leave Syria immediately. Yeah, I've heard that about 5,000 times already, Nabi. Many people were saying that. Yeah. I haven't seen anything about that, so.
Okay, Nubby Goat says, I saw this on Twitter. The United States, France, and the United Kingdom, the UK, are urging their citizens to leave Syria immediately via land borders. Huh.
I'm only asking about the AdSense because people have been reporting you. I'm worried for you. Reporting for what? Who cares? People are always reporting me. Like, I don't understand. So you're telling me that like every vlogger, like Mark Wiens, any vlog.
Chantal, this vlogger that you always mention, Mark, is it Weens? Forgive me if I'm saying his last name wrong. I've only heard about him through Chantal. Obviously, she watches travel vloggers, but You're always using this gentleman as a reference point to what you do. Although him going to Syria and you being in Syria right now, he went to Syria, he filmed things with permission, with the proper permits, with the proper work visa. When he went somewhere, he had a guide and he even had security. And the footage that he got from Syria, he did not post until after he got home. Like there's a reason why people have gone to Syria as vloggers. They don't do live streams, they don't post anything until after they get back to their home country. You, on the other hand, are straight up doing live streams from Syria. You were not there under a work visa or a work permit. So already you're breaking laws in Syria.
Blogger that's come here loses their AdSense because my monetization is still on, mashallah.
I have a question, another question, Chantal. I'm full of questions today. So you feel safe that monetization will not be taken away from you? Okay. Okay, so it won't be taken away. But how much longer do you think people are going to put up with your boring content? Honestly. How long do you think people are going to keep watching you if you keep doing the same type of live streams and the same vlogs over and over, where you are trying to be shisty and shady and do the mukbang content for the purpose of attracting the feedies to contact you offline to make the real money? The real money is made off of YouTube, y'all. It's not made on YouTube. YouTube is just like an paycheck, okay? It's It's throwaway money. Her real money is made off of YouTube through Cameo, through doing private feedie requests, videos, and so forth. That's where the bulk of her income is. I'm sure when it came to her bankruptcy, the government only knew about her YouTube earnings. But of course, I'm sure she didn't tell them about all the money she was receiving on PayPal. She conveniently left that out. And by keeping her earnings low on YouTube, if the government only knows about her YouTube earnings, on the surface, it looks like she's not making much, right? But that's because they don't know about her other income. But truly and honestly, how much longer are people going to want to watch this crap? This boring nonsense that you insist on putting out. You used to care about your channel. You used to care a lot because it was your only source of income. You would sit there and brainstorm for hours about what can I do to shock people? What can I do to be silly? What can I do to be wacky? What can I do to keep people watching? Now you don't care. And it's obvious you don't care. You don't put any care into yourself or your channel, and it shows. And if you don't care about your content, then why should anybody else? You don't understand. There's lots of people out there more interesting than you. The bar with you for interesting is set really, really low. So anybody else that wants to come along and take your place, you're making it easy for them. You're not even making it hard. Like, people are already looking into other people to cover, Chantal. Maybe you're not paying attention and you're not noticing it, but I'm noticing it. I'm seeing a lot of reactors splicing up their content and covering other people because of the lull in your content. And you may be okay with that, and maybe you're not. But if you're not okay with it, it should worry you. You want to be in the spotlight, but yet you're not working to keep your place there. That means anybody can walk up to you on your throne, kick you out of it, and sit right down where you used to be. You don't want that? Get to work.
They can report all they want. She's doing nothing wrong. Exactly. I think the people of Twitter should get a freaking life and
But I thought you weren't paying attention to Twitter. And what do you care what happens on Twitter? You're not there, right? Didn't you say you did not have an account on Twitter? So what do you care what people say on Twitter? It's another platform. It's not YouTube. Twitter is not your platform. So what do you care what people say on Twitter? Unless you're there and you're lurking under sock accounts and you're paying attention, which I think you are, maybe don't be so nosy and pay attention to what's being said on Twitter. There's an old saying, Chantal, if you don't like it, don't look. Don't go there. If you don't like what's being said on Twitter, stay away. It's very easy.
Hobby. That's what I think. Where I can't upload from Syria, where I have not seen anything from that. That's so.
And I'd like to point something out to you guys. Look at Chantal's live chat. Do you see how slow it is? I go into Reactor chats and I can barely keep up with the conversation because things are just scrolling by so quickly. Hers is so slow that it's barely moving.
So retarded. I'm sorry, but that's not true.
Oh, she used the R word. Chantal, don't use that word. That's offensive.
True. Well, Alf, I'm still monetized, so I don't know what to tell you. Are there any legal drugs? I don't think.
You know, there's a lot of people on Twitter and also on YouTube. They want to see Chantal demonetized. I actually don't. Let me explain why. Because let's just say Chantal did get demonetized, right? No more super thanks, no more super chats, no more memberships. If the thinking is if she gets demonetized, that she will not be able to make money anymore, I disagree. And why do I disagree? Because let's just say it did happen, that she did get demonetized. Do you think that that would be the end of the road for her making money on YouTube? It wouldn't. If she got demonetized, then all she would do is switch gears and post, PayPal links, whatever links to whatever way that she can get money directly. She might actually make more money demonetized than she would monetized. She would go directly to her Beezers and go, YouTube punished me and I've been demonetized and I don't know what I'm going to do. And she would put more pressure on her Beezers to give her more money. And they might send her more money through PayPal. And because the money is going through PayPal, she could claim that she got X amount when she actually got another amount, a bigger amount. So it wouldn't exactly stop her from making money. She would just find another way to make it. And she might actually make more. But it wouldn't completely cut her off. Like, I don't know how much the Beezers would give her, but she would just simply switch gears that way. I think it would be much better, in my opinion, for Chantal to keep monetization and reach a place where, even though she has monetization, for things to reach a point where people are so bored with her content that despite the fact that she has monetization, she's not making money. Like her freaking out. Oh my God, like nobody's watching me anymore and the reactors are turning away from me and my checks are getting smaller and smaller and I don't know what to do. I think it'd be much more stressful to her to keep the monetization and yet she's not making money versus monetization being completely taken away. And then she just switches gear over to PayPal. That's just how I feel.
I think so. I mean, like, pharmacy stuff. People still use Twitter. Oh, yeah. Yep. Bored, pathetic, sad people.
If we're bored, pathetic, sad people, why are you talking about Twitter? If we're there, it sounds like you're also there, so you must be bored, sad, and pathetic as well, Chantal. Because you're watching us and you're commenting on Twitter. Kevin.
They won't leave you alone. It's disturbing. It really is. It's like legit.
Shut up. Dolly says they won't leave you alone. It's disturbing. We are allowed to have our opinions. We are allowed to do our reaction videos. And if Chantal did not want a reaction, if she did not want people commenting on what she does, she wouldn't make it public. She chose to make a channel. She chose to do it on a public platform, YouTube. She wanted to put content out there for the purpose of making money off the public. So since she wants to make money off the public, then the public has a right to comment on what they see. Since she's putting it in front of everybody, anybody who sees her public content can have an opinion and post their opinion anywhere, so long as they are respectful and they're following TOS. She wants to make money off the public, then that means she's got to deal with the opinions of the public. If she doesn't want the opinions, she can go to a more private forum like OnlyHands or Patreon or something, and only those people that she allows to see her stuff would see her stuff. You can't come on to YouTube and have a public channel wanting to make money on that public channel and then turn around and complain about the public that watches you.
Harassment. There's no TOS. So.
What? What do you mean there's no terms of service? Yes, there is.
About Syria whatsoever.
Yeah, there is.
But okay. Does Kevin do this every night or just tonight? No, he does it every day. Every day. 2:48 on the dot.
Good boy, Kevin. Keep up the good work, sir.
You know. Baby. What you do? What you do? Where'd she go? Come. Come. Exactly. Exactly.
You know, I love it when you get Beezers in her chat. They think they're doing something by letting her know that somebody is restreaming her. By the way, Bacon, it's called restreaming, not sniping. Sniping is a gamer term, and that applies to gaming streams, not what she's doing. She's not a gamer. She is not on Twitch. So she's not being sniped. It's called restreaming, and restreaming is allowed on YouTube.
But I wouldn't be surprised. There's definitely just a group of people who are just absolute, like, insane. How can we try to mess with her this time? Get a life.
We don't have to mess with you, Chantal. We don't. We don't have to mess with Chantal. She's doing all the damage all by herself, y'all. No one has to do anything to her. She is messing up her life just fine. All we got to do is sit back and watch, and so we do. I mean, I don't know if things could get any worse, but if they do get worse, it's not because we did stuff to her.
She loves talking about karma. She's finally getting a little. Yeah, everyone does. And they're like Gorlworld. I'm sorry, but a lot of the people in Gorlworld are due for a lot of it. Maybe, yeah.
Well, if we are, then you go first. God knows that your karma, girl, you've racked up quite the bill for yourself. And at some point, you got to pay. You might be paying right now. It might have just gotten started.
Just ignore the hate, yeah. You're like the new Madonna. Everyone wants you, Chantal. You're bloody famous. Is Madonna still making music? Yes. Come here, baby girl. Julia is Syrian. No idea, Chrissy. I live day by day right now. She's been on tour, really? Yeah, but she probably shouldn't. She's gonna drop a new album. We do. We do. She knocked over my.
Of course, there's Chantal age shaming. That was a bit of age shaming. Her saying, Madonna shouldn't tour. What she really wants to say is, Madonna's so old. Why is she still touring? Chantal, Madonna is an icon. And yes, she's on the older side, but so is Cher. And Cher is also an icon. Both women are amazing. Who are you to tell them when they should stop touring? If they want to do it and it makes them happy and it makes the fans happy and they can do it another 10, 15 years, I say do it. Do it. Like you could never be an icon like that. But you're over there judging them based on their age. How dare you?
My water. Should always seem serious over there, but I hope you stay safe. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, politically, I'm minding my business. I'm just like, we're just staying around here, staying safe, you know? Yeah. Dolly, the thin line.
The nerve of this woman, her, a non entertainer who doesn't entertain anybody. She doesn't have a lick of talent in her body. Madonna and Cher have more talent in one fingernail than Chantal has in her whole body. And a non entertainer, a train wreck, telling actual entertainers, oh, maybe they shouldn't tour. Shut up. Just shut up. You sound stupid.
In between love and hate, you're getting attention. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. Turn the fan back on. Hey, Bear.
I'm actually enjoying the fact she doesn't have the fan on. I mean, I love fan ambiance, but not when she's talking.
Thank you. The fan will be going on when the sun goes up, I guess, which is. It's slowly starting to come out. Only Foodie can settle decades long of civil unrest. Don't tell the people the area you're in. I'm sure they'll figure it out at some point, but whatever. Thank you, Shy Violet. Have a good night. What are you doing? Yeah, Pajami. But he still plays video games, BBJ, on mobile mostly. We could get.
That's interesting. So somebody in her chat is saying it was nice seeing you in Pete's chat earlier. So you're hanging around Pete's now, are you? That's something she doesn't do on the regular. Are you showing yourself in Pete's chat because you need attention? Or is that your way of still maintaining control over Pete? Letting him know that you're still around. Or maybe you're still trying to keep him in your back pocket just in case you need to come back to Canada. Is that why you were there, Chantal?
Get Wi-Fi, but you need to have like a number, like a landline or something. Hey, Katie, and we're not sure what we're doing right now, so no, that's why 10 years, you can plan all you want, but things can change, you know? That's a good question, Marmoset. I don't know, honestly. I'm so tired. Mobile video games, yeah. We need to find Ashley in Syria. So on Nintendo Switch too. We don't even have a TV, you know? So I do have, yeah, Katie, do have a vlog I have to upload later today. I have to upload it like soon.
Yeah, I looked at the vlog. It was just her eating and eating and eating. She showed herself shopping and getting a bunch of food. Of course, it was a food vlog. It wasn't about anything else. It was just about food. But maybe she's trying to attract more feedies to her channel. So all the content has to focus somehow around food. Like she's trying to throw out the bat signal to the feedies. Hey, I'm still doing the food content. Come talk to me. Pay me for private content off YouTube. It's all about food.
And then probably just publish it later. Oh, you have a rooster too, Auntie? Jardian Switch.
And the people that are in her chat recommending that she do certain things really should not be doing that. Like Habibi J saying switch to Ozempic. I'm sorry, Habibi J, are you her doctor? Would it be safe for her to take Ozempic? She tried that once, taking the Ozempic. It didn't exactly work. Happened a while ago, happened during Crackhead Olympics. She tried the Ozempic and she didn't like it. She didn't like it because she wanted to have B moments, and the Ozempic was stopping her from having the B moments. So she did it like a once or twice and then she just stopped. Maybe she was looking to the Ozempic for her to lose weight, but in order to lose weight on Ozempic, you got to follow it up also with a correct diet and exercise, and you might lose a little bit of weight on it, but she didn't want to do the correct diet and exercise. She just wants to take a pill or a shot, and she expects the shot or the pill will do all the work for her, and that's not how Ozempic works.
Jardian's bees.
Like Ozempic is not going to work for her. WLS is not going to work for her. She's got to get on top of her food addiction. And how do you do that? Going to doggone therapy, going to see a counselor, going to your therapist, working out your issues, figuring out what your triggers around food are and your rituals around food. Pulling apart that messy snowball of trauma and trouble and stress and memories and whatever else, pulling it apart and looking at it and saying, why do I do it? And how can I stop? But she's got to want it. No pill, no shot, no surgery is going to fix her problem. And until it's fixed, she's going to be on the path that she's on.
100 gorillas. Gorillas are scary, man. They're so aggressive. Rooster bees.
You know, if it were me sitting there in the dark and Kevin were just Kevin's going off, I would turn it into something funny. You know, it's like improv. Something unexpected comes up. It's something that's part of your stream that you did not plan to be there. You roll with it and you're like, let me turn this into a comedy kind of thing. Let's make fun of the situation. Let's poke fun at it. Let's have fun with it. That's what you do. It's like, oh, just it's unexpected, but let's include it in and make it something entertaining. She doesn't know how to do that.
It's 5 a.m. Monkeys and gorillas. Yeah, I don't really like monkeys. But I saw a documentary where there's like this tribe that they eat monkeys. So, like people.
Instead of her complaining about Kevin all day long, every day, there's a little thing called earplugs. They work pretty well. You can buy earplugs, they're pretty cheap. So it's like you can complain about Kevin, but Kevin is not going to stop being Kevin. Kevin is a rooster, roosters crow. If you don't want to hear Kevin, get earplugs or headphones or not. And if you choose not to, then deal with it, right? What else are you going to do?
People don't want me to like exist. They don't want me to eat. They don't like, what do you want me to do? Like, get a life. Everyone in this town is living life normally. Like, it's her life, exactly. People want you to leave to go somewhere safer. Well, it's my life, Stephanie. You know?
Ooh. So Stephanie says to her, people want you to leave to go someplace safer. That wasn't a rude comment, Foodie. Stephanie's comment to you was not rude and it wasn't nasty, and you are getting defensive on one of your beezers. You're getting defensive for what? Stephanie's just pointing out to you, they just want you to leave and go someplace that's safer. So why are you being such a jerk to your beezer?
So, Kevin is love, Kevin is life. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, you know? I've heard you a million times, people, okay? You don't think it's safe, whatever, it's not safe, whatever, 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 you know? Jeez, bees. I'm very aware of the situation. I just don't talk about politics on my channel.
Which is smart on your part. You really shouldn't talk about the conflict going on there or the situation. It would not be safe, not safe at all.
Like, at all. I need time more Olympics. Yeah. Anyway, she's like looking for Kevin. What's that? Is that a rooster? Is that a rooster? But, yeah. Yes.
And here's proof that there are feedies in the chat. Habibi J says, what if the next video is the last? I need more time warp mukbangs. Again, like people in our own chat, frenemies, all they're there for is to watch her eat. They got that food fetish. They want to see her eat. She doesn't eat enough, Habibi J. You want to see her really stuff herself stupid and make herself sick? Are you going to pay for her medical bills if she goes to the hospital, if she can get to the hospital? Like, these are the people that you call your non-haters, Chantal? These are the people that you say don't hate you, that are encouraging you to get sick for their benefit and their fetish? Are you sure that we're the haters? Because I don't think so. We're not encouraging your addiction. You are.
Yeah. Live and let be. I don't even have a candle. at all. Ceasefire B, stay safe A. Thank you, member for 12 months A. Where do you see positive content on YouTube? You know, there's already enough news outlets and stuff like that reporting on. I'm not a news reporter. I don't report on, you know, volatile situations, on stuff like that. I just don't do it. It's not my channel. It's not, you know.
Chantal, I think when you went to Syria because you wanted to be with Salah. But I think you also had in mind that you thought by being in Syria, which is an unusual situation, an unusual place for a YouTuber to be, you probably thought in your mind that it would be a moneymaker. That because you were in Syria, people would be worried for you, concerned for you. And if you were living in, let's just say, less than ideal conditions, that would prompt people to send you more money. They would feel sorry for you and they would send you more money on PayPal. Well, how's that working out for you? How is the pity grift going for you? Is it working out the way you thought it would? Because I don't think so. I don't think anybody feels sorry for you. They can't. You weren't forced to go there. You went there on your own. Obviously, you're not starving if you're eating the way that you're eating and you're showing it on camera. So you have a roof over your head, you have plenty of food, you're doing okay. No one should be feeling alarmed for Foodie and thinking that you have to send her money. She's okay. She's all right. Like if you were counting on the pity grift to make money for you, you messed it up by letting people know I've got a roof over my head and I'm still gorging myself. You're not lacking in food. So the Beezers can take comfort in knowing that you are obviously very, 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 very well fed. But I honestly think you went to Syria thinking, oh, I'm going to make gangbusters money over there, and you haven't.
Um, yeah, Dale, you can say whatever you want, like, but you can't say I told you so because I was aware coming here. Like, you know, Salah made me fully aware of the situation, and that's the only reason he didn't want me to come, was because of how dangerous, and he will worry about me.
Well, I disagree, Chantal. I don't think that's the only reason why he didn't want you to come. He didn't want you to come over because maybe he thought he could just stay in Syria, you would keep sending him money, and he wouldn't have to deal with you on the personal. But you played hardball. You said to him, I'm not going to give you any more of my money unless I am physically there with you. If you don't allow me to be there physically with you, I'm not giving you another dime. So, since he's greedy and stupid and desperate, he agreed to your terms. But I'm absolutely certain he looks at you as an incredible, stressful, whining burden, and he can't stand you. He likes your money, he doesn't like you. You are his pay pig. You are his piggy bank. You are his ATM. But that's all that he wants from you is your paycheck. And the paychecks are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And I don't know what the minimum amount it is to keep him happy, but you may arrive at a point where you don't have enough money to pay him, and he may say to you, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I'm out. So, whatever the amount is, you better keep paying it because him being so close to you all the time, dealing with you all the time, I'm sure it's driving him batty. He really wants to get away from you.
So, But now that I'm here, you know, um, he just doesn't seem to, like, he's keeping track of the situation. And we're not like, there's a lot of people around us that, we all talk about it. And it's just, there's a lot of our lives you don't see online.
You know, Chantal, I'm also certain that when you went to Syria, in true foodie beauty fashion, you thought that because you exerted a little bit of effort by your own choice, that if you flew all the way to Syria because you exerted effort for a decision that you decided to make, that when you got to Syria, that Salah would be ever grateful to you, that he'd be falling over his own feet to cater to you. He would worship you like a queen. Likewise, you also thought that Julia would be all over you. And then you got to Syria and you're not getting what you want. You're no closer to Salah than you were in Kuwait. And Julia hates you. So you were expecting to be showered in love when you arrived, and that hasn't happened yet. And guess what? It's not going to happen because Julia can't stand you and Salah can't stand you. He doesn't love you. He doesn't want to be with you. You are just a paycheck. It's just a money thing. Always has been a money thing. You insist on clinging to him, but clinging to him and trying to force your way into his life is not going to make him love you at all. If anything, he's going to push you away that much faster. He's going to go get his bells rang elsewhere. You know, all those trips to the store. Yeah, babe, I'll go get you some ice cream. Yeah, yeah, come on. Yeah, he's going to get you some ice cream. He's going to get you some snacks. And he's going to get his own snack while he's doing it. Yeah. So if he ever goes to the store and he comes back from the store with a great big grin on his face, you'll know why. You'll know exactly why. You had your snack and he got his snack too.
Marmoset to Kevin, the loudest beaver of all. Thank you, Marmoset. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Stop being so negative. The world is on fire. Climate change. Go plant a tree. Go plant a tree. Trying to tear Chantal down. Yeah. No, you guys can worry.
She says that all the time. I don't want you guys to worry over me, but I'm going to make sure that you do worry. I'm in Syria. Things were going on over here. I don't know if I can go home, but I don't want you to worry. If she truly cared about her real immediate family or her beezers, she would go home. If she meant what she said about I don't want you guys to worry, she would go home.
Hi, plain cheeseburgers. Well, Kevin is getting on my nerves. Sorry. A cooking video? Yeah, I can try. It's gonna take some getting used to, you know. Who knows, guys? Maybe we will travel. Who knows? I don't know. There's a lot of good in this country, too. I know that a lot of people, especially from the West, don't see that. But there is. EPAT makes a lot of things difficult, actually. Spray vinegar and lemon around your home. I always feel things you do is always misunderstood. Yeah, on purpose. On purpose, Kristen. That's the thing. You know?
What? Kristen Chen says, I feel the things you do is always misunderstood, no matter what it is you do. What is there to misunderstand? Explain. Give an example.
That's all you can do, Miss Blackwood. I could not imagine doing all of that traveling your cray.
Like, what is it that she does that we misunderstand? If you want my opinion, I think at this stage that Foodie should be honestly committed to a psychiatric ward. I think there might be some undiagnosed mental or emotional issues that she may or may not need medication for, but I think she might be a danger to herself and other people. Like she just can't make a good choice or a good decision at all. Like, she needs proper supervision right now.
uh, yeah, I have a plan B, youth.
What plan B? Tell us about it. What is it?
No, she's okay. Julia.
So Youth Z says, what if something happens to Salah? Do you have a plan B? I would be stressed out about that. Yeah, what if something happens to Salah? She says, I have a plan B. Well, what is it? Can you tell us about it? What's the plan B? If something happens to Salah and you're all alone in Syria, what is your plan on how to get back home? You can't speak the language, you don't know anybody else. How do you plan on getting back home and across the borders and on an airplane and getting back to Canada? You say you have a plan, but you're not able to explain what the plan is.
Sweet baby angel. She's my baby. My baby. Her fur hasn't really grown much. She just got it done, but until they're done. So I'm not the person I was 8 years ago, Spooky Boo.
That's for doggone sure. You're right about that. You are not the person that you were 8 years ago. It's a shame. It's a doggone shame that you're not the person you were 8 years ago, because 8 years ago, Chantal, you were still Chantal Marie. You weren't all the way Foodie Beauty yet. You took the name Foodie Beauty for your channel, but you didn't adapt the persona at that time. And that's why a lot of people got into you. Because when you came on camera, you weren't over the top, you weren't exaggerated, you weren't a caricature of yourself. You were acting somewhat normal. Like, I will always remember that video you did. And this one sticks out in my mind, where it was right before payday and you were eating a struggle meal. Like, that was kind of like a real moment. You were having a kind of really real moment on video. But you have not been your real self in years. You've been living too much in the online YouTube persona that you created, to the point where you've lost touch with your real self. Sliding doors. If you had not gotten onto YouTube and got monetized, where would you be right now? I guarantee you, you'd be a lot healthier than you are right now. You would not be as big as you are. You may not even have as many health problems as you do. You might be working and have a job and be a bit more stable. You got on YouTube and you lost control. So you're right. You're not the person you used to be. You're worse. You're far worse. Like, a lot of people would have looked at having a YouTube channel and having plenty of money and having freedom as a good thing. They would have taken that cup of fortune and drank it down, and it would have made them a better person. They would have improved their lives. You turn it into a toxic thing. That the money you get from YouTube you use to hurt yourself. And you keep hurting yourself. And you're looking for more people in your audience to encourage that behavior. But isn't it a shame that you were given so much? You were given a cornucopia of whatever you want, and you wasted it and hurt yourself with it.
And no, there's a lot you don't know about me. You think you know everything in like a few minutes or a couple hours of live stream. No. Oh, your daughter was video chatting with you? Marmoset. I heard that Canada's trying to come out with more. Oh, really, Raina? Yeah, right. Experts on that. Remember they did like one of the losers did a whole video on if I was praying in the right direction. Like,
Lady Lugosi says, I don't follow these reaction channels, but they seem horrible and just tell BS to get views. They need to leave you alone. Lady Lugosi, if you don't like us, sorry, but why are you commenting about us then? Just stay with Chantal.
I can't. Oh, did ALR say that? Really? Hey, ALR.
The irony of this comment, Papa Willie says they make up stuff to make money off of you. Papa, are you new? You must be new. Chantal makes up stuff to make money. She does it all the time. What do you mean? Chantal she will do clickbait titles to get you guys to watch her. She'll purposely put triggering titles on her live streams to get you guys to rush in there and say, what's wrong, Chantal? And then you find out it's nothing. She is a liar. Rule number 1, Chantal lies. Rule number 2, she tells on herself. But there's always rule number 1 first. She lies. She lies about herself. She lies about her life. She lies about everything. She lies about things that she doesn't have to lie about that are really, really stupid. You're accusing us of making stuff up? Hello? This one always has to appear like her life is better than all of us undeserving peasants. She's always got to make sure that her window dressing looks better than everybody else's, although nobody cares. Nobody cares. Her life has got to be better than all of us that react to her. If we have something, she's got to have something better. If we're making a little bit of money, she's got to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? Always making stuff up.
And they do the same thing to her. The exact same thing. The outrage over friggin' stupid crap, you know. They lay blue eggs. I'm just glad I'm not brainwashed.
Well, that's because you don't have a brain. You have no brain. If you do have brain cells, they're coated in butter.
That's something you can't ever take from me.
Well, you can't take something that ain't there.
Yeah, humans are meant to adapt.
Right, they're meant to adapt, and you're not adapting. You're not in Syria adapting. You're not doing what most people would do in a tough situation. You're not saying, okay, I'm here. This is what's going on. I have these limitations. I've only got so much water. I've only got so much power. There's only so much food. So I'm going to go into survival mode and I'm going to be conservative and careful. I'm not going to let anybody know that I have a lot of money because that's dangerous. I'm going to fly well beneath the radar. I am going to be respectful. I'm not going to be a glutton when it comes to food. I am not going to make it obvious that I have money. I'm going to be helpful to people around me. I'm not going to act like a jerk. You're not adapting. You expect people to adapt to you.
You don't, you die. That's it. Mm-hmm. Be to just like realistically, there's no one's life that's just every little thing is negative, you know? Like, do people not watch these people and just think, oh, shut the F up, you know? Like,
Chantal, you're just mad because the reaction channels, every single one that's out there, because I go to quite a few chats. I like being part of live chats and taking part in the discussion. You guys have seen me here and there, haven't you? I like being part of the crowd, you know? I don't always want to be in the reactor's chair. I want to be with the audience, talking to people, having a good time, laughing. You know, every single reaction channel that I have seen are growing. Their sub numbers are going up, their view numbers are going up, more people are coming to their audience. And why? Because the reactors work hard on your content, Foodie. They work harder on your content than you do. That's facts. You get on camera and you're just wasting time while you're bored or you're high or both. We actually care about the content on our channels. We care about our audience. We care about entertaining people. You don't. That's why there are more people on the reaction side than your side. Once upon a time, when things were interesting with you, you had plenty of people in your audience watching you. Crackhead Olympics, it was crazy. Crackhead Olympics was nuts, y'all. If you weren't there for it, ooh, it was insane. Trying to keep up with Miss Foodie. A lot of people watched her on her channel. Why? Because you never knew what was going to happen next. It was unpredictable. Was she going to come on camera and shave her head? Was she going to act the fool? Was she going to pop up at Natter's place? Was she going to go driving and act crazy? Nobody knew. But things were always flipping around. And she was making all kinds of money back in the day. Not so much anymore. And I'm not saying she's got to come back to Canada and act nuts. But there was a lot more interest in her channel because it was interesting. So wouldn't it stand to reason that if she wants more views and more viewers, she's got to make things interesting again? She can't just be phoning it in every single night, turning on the camera, keeping the camera off, using the camera being off as a reason to smoke the shisha or the cigarettes or eat. Just passing the time being bored with just making BS conversation. You got to work if you want the reward of work.
oh my gosh, they just go on and on about the stupidest crap. And they get like so mad.
Foodie, do you realize you just put yourself down? You did. You just insulted yourself. We react to you. We react to you. Right? We just go on and on about the stupidest crap. Are you saying that your content is stupid? Are you admitting that your content is stupid? I think you just did. And you'd be right, though. You would be right to say that your content is stupid and boring. It is. It is. But by insulting us, you're actually insulting yourself, too.
they like start swearing over like dumb, like over me eating chicken tenders at a restaurant here. Like, because I'm
Okay, Dolly says, I'm learning. I thought, oh, they care, but they don't really. It's money. Dolly, Dolly, pay attention, Dolly. Even if we did care, what good is it going to do us and Chantal? Even if we cared about Chantal, is it going to make a difference? No, it's not. I mean, you, the Beezers in our own chat, you guys care. Some of you do. Some people in our chat are feedies, and they are just there to get their rocks off watching her stuff her maw with all kinds of food. But there are people in her chat that actually give a crap. I acknowledge that. It isn't 100% feedies yet. But those of you that actually care about Chantal, that you've expressed your care, has it made a difference? No, not at all. She's not going home. She's not saying, hey, I'm flying back to Canada right now. You're all completely right. This is crazy. I'm going home. You've talked some sense into me. It doesn't make any sense to care about someone who doesn't care about themselves. She is someone that she is an addict. She's an active addict. She has many addictions to food, to men, to attention, to negative energy, and all of her addictions are active. None of them are in recovery. She's got all kinds of things wrong with her, and she doesn't want help. She's not reaching out for help. She thinks she's fine. Care and addiction, they've got something in common. With addiction, you can't help the addict until they are ready to help themselves first. They've got to reach that point of inside themselves. They say, I can't go any further. I've hit the wall. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I want to change. That moment has to happen from within, not externally. When it comes to care, Chantal has to care about herself before anybody else can care for her. She doesn't feel your care. She's not acknowledging your care. She's not respecting your feelings. She's just like, I want what I want. And I don't care how you guys feel. I don't care if me being in Syria stresses you out. I don't care if you worry over me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and that's it. So I, as a reactor, even if I cared about Chantal, is that going to make a difference? And honestly, even as a reactor, and many reactors besides myself, we have expressed our care, despite the fact that we despise this woman. We have told her, Chantal, you need to go to Canada. You need to check yourself into inpatient. You need to go see a doctor. You need to take care of your health. We have put that energy out there multiple times. Has she listened to us? No. Those of you in the chat, you've echoed the same thoughts. And even from you, she hasn't listened. She hasn't done one single doggone thing to care for herself. She's not even started on that self-care journey. I'm sorry. I'm a stranger. I'm thousands of miles from Chantal. What am I supposed to do to help her? I'm not here to help her. I'm not a nurse. I'm not her family. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not Dr. Now. How can I help her? It's not my job to help her. It's her job as a person to help herself. And there's help out there of all kinds that she could reach for. She don't want it, that's her choice. She wants to go further down the drain, That's her choice. I'm just here to watch and give my thoughts. But Dolly, don't accuse the reaction channels of, oh, we don't care about Chantal. We're not supposed to. We are not supposed to care for her. We're just strangers on the internet watching things go down. But we are not directly involved, you see. We're just observers. That's all we're supposed to do.
We're responsible for the salaries of people here. Like, so stupid. Oh, anyway, it was a good laugh. Yeah, that's sad, Jenny. That's really sad.
And this comment from Jenny Zester saying no because it makes them feel better about their own lives. Watching Chantal, it doesn't make me feel better about my own life because her life and my life are completely different. Watching Chantal, I don't have the attitude of I am better than her. You know, like, oh, I'm a better quality person, or I'm more superior than Chantal. Everybody, we've all made mistakes. We all sometimes do bad things. We all fall down and skin our knees. There are flaws in all of us. I don't think I'm better than Chantal. I think I have a better quality life than Chantal, but that's because I've made better choices. And she could make better choices, but she doesn't want to. So what can you do? My hands are tied. I can't help her. Nobody can help her. No one's going to be able to help her until she's ready to help herself. But I don't feel more superior to her. I don't.
Oh gosh, Zach. All of Gorlworld needs to burn the hell to the ground. Right, Spooky Boo? What? That's creepy, Nina. No. But there's a lot of people that just live like pretty normal lives.
This person. Hello, Nicole. Nicole, I know all about you putting a rubber band around your pet's neck. I heard about that. Disgusting, by the way. Nicole says, I literally can't understand why grown people want to make what they call reaction channels, but they are hate channels. All they say is hateful stuff. And who does that? Only people very sad inside. Nicole, you're judging a whole bunch of people that you don't even know. You're judging without knowing us, without knowing any one of us. And a reaction channel is not a hate channel. It's just somebody reacting to what another person is doing and saying. There's a difference. I do my reactions all the time. And I make sure to include the chat portion of her lives. You want to know why? I like reacting to what you Beezers have to say, as well as what Chantal has to say. But there's also another reason. To clearly show that when her live chats are going on, no reaction channels are all up in there bothering her. We don't go into her live chats and bug her. We stay on our channels and do our thing. And if Chantal wants to tiptoe over to our live chats and our videos and she wants to lurk around and watch, that's her business. But we don't bug her. She likes to say that we bully her. Exactly how? If we're staying out of her backyard, she makes a point to come into ours where she's not wanted nor invited. But they're not hate channels. Somebody having an opposing opinion to what somebody else is saying does not equal hate. It's just that there's an opposing opinion to the original opinion. But it's not hateful. It is not hateful. And once again, all of us that are being accused of being hate channels, what about the people in her own chat that are encouraging her to eat, knowing she's a food addict? encouraging self-harm behavior when she's already very, very sick. Nothing to say about that, Nicole. You're a watcher of Chantal's. You know about her food issue. You know about her lack of mobility, her diabetes, her high blood pressure, her high blood sugar, her heart murmur, her non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, her bad kidneys. And you see people in the chat talking about food, encouraging her to eat. Nothing to say about that. Nothing to say to those people. I'm sorry. Somebody who sees other people encouraging the addiction of an addict, to me, that's hateful. That's diabolically hateful. Those people that are toxic buddy trolls, that are there to have their fetish fulfilled. Those people in our own chat that are essentially, in essence, treating Chantal like, say, a toilet, a urinal. They walk up to her, they unzip, they do their business, and then they walk away. They are there to use her. Nothing to say to those people, Nicole? Nothing? The fetish people coming in and using her to satisfy their fetish at the expense of her health? No? No comment? Didn't think so.
Not like the West, but so. Yeah, I don't know, Nicole. I don't know how YouTube allows them to just keep targeting the same people over and over and over.
I don't understand why YouTube keeps you here, Foodie. You've broken all the terms of service 100 times over. You're doing self-harm content. You're monetizing your addiction, and they're okay with that. So if they'll allow you, why won't they allow us?
Maybe not enough people report them. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Thanks, Dollies. Don't tell people anything. Exactly, Terry. You know? Oh, God bless you, Raina. That's nice. That's nice. Zakat is important as a Muslim for sure. Woke up at 2. Good, Carissa. I didn't get ice cream today, but I eventually got some. I got some yesterday.
I have a confession to make. I have a confession, y'all. Man, all this talk about ice cream, I couldn't stand it. I went to the store today and I got some ice cream. I got Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Man, I just couldn't hold out anymore. And I also got a small cake as well. Doggone it, Chantal, you talking about ice cream?
But not the kind I wanted, but that's okay. Yeah, the vlog will be up a bit later, Janet. Rooster sleep once they wake everyone up. No, I never got into Beanie Babies. Kick it down the stairs. Hot Wheels. My Little Pony on. No, I wasn't naked. Oh my gosh. Okay, somebody go back and check. Okay. Hey, Vegas doll. Anyways, I'm probably gonna go in a few minutes because I gotta upload the video.
It doesn't take that long. Foodie, the vlog was not that long, but okay.
Bought some hairstyling stuff before coming here. I'm in the future, yeah, Nicole. Where was it? Yeah, Kevin is done.
No, he's not.
Lemon pepper.
Kevin's not done. He just went to go get a drink of water. He'll be right back.
Since you're hysterectomy, your hair is thin. Reverse my diabetes. Yeah, once you get that a bit under control, once you get your...
Okay, she's being boring. I'm done here with this. I'm cool with it being under 2 hours. We're good. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.